Stay tuned for scenes from our next episode.
Good evening. A distraught mother driving recklessly. That's what police faced in an intense police chase today. We'll fill in the details in our lead story coming up in a few minutes.
And Scott Spezio's got the top 10 things overheard in the Angels locker room. First, your local news.
Police chase a reckless driver in the middle of rush hour traffic, and tonight the driver's in custody after nearly hitting an officer. Find out why she was on the run.
More than a dozen school children are hospitalized after their school bus was hit. Plus, he's led the city council for 27 years. Tonight, he's stepping down. A look back at what Bert Servas has done for the city. And Angela has a look at your Halloween forecast next.
Live from Wish TV, this is News 8, your 24-hour news station.
But this woman should not have been driving crazily like that. If the police were searching for her, chasing her, she should have stopped. Because if something had happened to my mother, that would have been the end of my family.
This woman's mother is slightly injured, an innocent victim, as police try to stop a reckless driver. Good evening. It is 11 o'clock. Police chased a reckless driver through rush hour traffic late today. Several people narrowly escaped injury until the car finally was stopped at 34th and Sherman.
The distraught mother at the wheel of the car first came into contact with police this morning in Northview Middle School. That was in Washington Township. News 8's KOHR HARLAN is here now with more. KOHR?
Well, Debbie and Mike, the driver had dropped her child off at Northview this morning, and according to police, the woman narrowly missed hitting an officer at the school this morning. Well, this afternoon, police were at the school to try and make contact with the woman when she picked her child up from school. Well, she again ran from police and then blew through a stop sign and led police on a chase that, as we told you, ended at 34th and Sherman late this afternoon. The driver crashed and piled up with at least 3 other vehicles. One elderly woman was in one of the vehicles that was struck. She was taken into custody. The woman here, the runaway woman in the car, was taken into custody to a nearby patrol car after the chase came to an end. Police say pulling the woman over was a matter of protecting pedestrians who might have been hit.
She refused to stop for the officer. There was a busload of students that just got off the bus from a soccer team, probably about 16, 17 kids. As soon as the officer turned on his siren, she sped, and all 16 of those kids had to jump out of their way.
They'd already taken out one of her tires, and she proceeded south on one tire, weaving in and out of traffic. Kind of a dangerous situation there at 5 o'clock rush hour traffic.
Injuries at the crash scene are thought to be minor. The woman will be charged with several crimes, including eluding police. Mike and Debbie.
KOHR HARLAN, thanks.
Another accident here. 38 children were taken to Wishart Hospital after an accident involving a school bus. None of the children were hurt, but they were checked out as a precaution. Police say the bus from Valley Mills Elementary School was in the left lane heading north on Kentucky Avenue. Witnesses told police the blue truck pulled out from the gas station into the path of the bus. The driver of the truck and his passenger were seriously injured and taken to Wishart. A familiar face in Indianapolis politics is stepping out of the spotlight.
83-year-old Bert Servas has served on the City County Council for 40 years. He was council president for 27 of those years. Tonight he attended his final meeting as a council member. News 8's Shanna Kelly was there.
As I leave this office, that I am pleased.
Dr. Bert Servas has served the Indianapolis community for 4 decades.
Thank you for being one of those people about whom it can be said that your city would be a very, very different place if you had not come on the scene.
Monday night's City County Council meeting began with a tribute.
The council declares that this meeting room in the City County building shall henceforth be named the Dr. Bert R. Servas Public Assembly Room.
I think it's going to be hard for the city because they've relied on him with such a depth of knowledge.
Joan Servas Durham is Dr. Servas's daughter.
One of the things he said to me always when I was growing up is you get a lot more done when you don't worry about who gets the credit.
Servas's tenure on the council includes the city's historic conversion to Unigov and the rebirth of downtown Indianapolis.
If you go back and look at the beginning of something that happened in our city, you'll see that my father was instrumental in getting it started.
Servas was born